In a world where time is currency, what can a space do to make an emotional connection with someone? How can buildings make people stay and engage? Madison, Wisconsin-based studio ZEBRADOG works with architects, designers, and their clients to turn the built environment into a storytelling experience. I sat down with ZEBRADOG founder and creative director Mark Schmitz on how his studio gives voice to architecture. So Mark, I think the best way for people to understand what it is ZEBRADOG does is for you to tell the story of one of your projects. So can you dive into one of the experiences you've created?
We recently partnered with Mother Nature to create an immersive environment where we used live weather data, wind speed and humidity and temperature, to kind of create a palette of color and brushes and texture to render fractal patterns from nature in an enormous room that holds at least 300 people. It's a living mural. It's an environment that is bespoke in the sense that you've never seen anything like it before. When you realize what it is you're watching, you become more and more fascinated. And it holds you in a sort of a suspended peace. It's almost like looking at a fire or watching the ocean. There's a calmness that comes over you when you see this beautiful sort of digital rendering of live weather data. And so that's what we do, is we help people attach themselves to peace and to emotion in a built environment.
I love how much you focus on how people might feel, right? How they might respond, how they might connect, as you said, to this experience. You are a certified experience economy expert, and I think it's connected to the way you talk about projects. So tell us what the experience economy is. Okay. What does that mean?
Well, we're certainly living in the middle of an experience economy. We've gone from a couple hundred years ago, this agrarian economy, to industrial, to goods and services, and now we are well beyond services. We are deeply engaged in the sort of delivery of narrative in built environments. I am a founding member of the World Experience Economy, World Experience Organization, and we are a group of people from all over the world who communicate every week and share information and ideas on how we're sort of creating physical environments and virtual and digital environments for people to sort of emotionally connect, to really identify and share with our clients what it means to go beyond delivering a service, but to delivering an experience which is an emotional connection. And we define an experience as a memory that we make. And all we have are our memories. So we want to make sure that we help people create memories that attach themselves to brands and attach themselves to loyalty. So the experience economy is all around us, New York City being sort of the ultimate breather and liver of the experience economy and design.
We're so used to measuring success through views and minutes spent and engagement, right? There's a certain way that time is part of this equation as well, right?
Yeah, we really do focus on the time that we're able to have you as an audience, and that we use time as a currency. The more time, the more connection that you'll have to a brand or to a place or to a company or an association or whatever it might be. So as we think about designing time, the one thing that steals our time is the cell phone, right? It's we've all experienced the death scroll. You can lose 18 minutes of your life and never get it back by just scrolling through really sort of visual static. And so we want you to linger. We want to sort of take your digital out of your hands and be in a place that you can connect to the people that are there and the promise of what they're offering. So the idea of designing time is something very tangible in our daily life at ZEBRADOG.
Can you give us an example of a project that kind of makes that tangible? How do you actually give people that value for their time? But also, how do you give people that connection to people, to past, to future?
Yeah. We're all mammals. We all want the same three things. It's really simple. The more digital clustering that there is in the world, 8,000 to 10,000 imprints a day now, That's up quite a bit from what it was 20 years ago. If we can bring you to a tactile environment where you can touch something, I think of a project that we did at Grinnell College in Iowa, where old Carnegie Library mailboxes that were literally about to be thrown away and disposed of. And we took those mailboxes and brought them back into an environment where you can touch and tangibly open and read a story of somebody that went to school there. And we're able to learn about that individual through a historical unlocking of this beautiful event. And so we want you to touch things. We want you to be engaged. There's a tactile sense that we know that it's sort of a reptilian response. You want to touch something when you see it. And so the more we can get all senses engaged, the more successful we're going to be in delivering time to you. So if we go back to the gumball machine that was invented in 1908, this ball with balls inside of it. And that gumball machine was a penny for a gumball. And then in 1994, it became the gumball wizard, where the ball goes down and down and down and down. So it's the same thing. You're getting a gumball. You're spending a penny for one and a quarter for the other. It's the same exact thing. And yet there's this time, the suspension of time and anticipation as you wait for this sort of prize to arrive, or the little like to show up, right? We just strongly believe in tactile environments that you're a part of. We just opened a beautiful facility at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, called the Rollins School of Public Health. It's a very important epicenter of the study of global health and well-being, the study of science and research of human health. And we were asked by the architect in Atlanta, the SLAM Collaborative, which has projects all over the country, to come on as their experience design consultant. And that meant they had a special idea. They had a place that they wanted something unique to happen in, and it's just this hallway that connects two buildings. But it's a very important place. It's the connection between sort of A and B in this new building. And as we began to think about it, all of the content that's coming out of the Rollins School, the publications that are and the research that's being published, the information that's going out to all of us each day in their regular channels, needed a place to sort of come alive within the spirit of the environment. And so we helped sort of imagine this hallway, and we called it the pulse. And if something has a pulse, it's moving. And so we thought we would deliver this sort of immersive sort of tunnel of digital design and content that has motion sensors, so light moves when you move past it. Content is brought to you as you approach it. And it is this wonderful heartbeat of connection between two areas of study. The process of working with our architectural partners and the contractors, electricians, fabricators, mill workers, AV integrators, all of the myriad people involved was very special. We held, and we typically do hold the line in not only the concept of a built environment, a specialty built environment experience, but then the delivery of that as well.
Whether it's at Grinnell College or this installation you spoke about that uses climate data, how do those projects start? How do clients come to you? How do you help them figure out the kind of experience they need to build? Who are the kinds of teams you work with as you're putting a project like that together?
Great question. We are very involved with the architectural community and the interior design community, and then the owners, right? So I believe there's a very special romance between architectural design and experience design, between interior design and experience design. We can do tables and chairs and furnishings and fixtures and paint colors all day long. But if it doesn't speak to us, there's really no passion there. There's no sort of emotional driver. We sit right in between the architect and the owner and the interior design group to bring the voice to place. And so oftentimes our clients will We're a 100% referral-based business. We have been blessed for 30 years to have an amazing list of clients all over the country, 17 states, 8 countries, and the relationships we have with our architectural partners are very strong. They really want us with them to help deliver delight, to deliver an experience within an environment that they're building. So whether it's a biotech firm in North Carolina or a university out in California, whatever it might be, our architects are our favorite partners. We sort of speak the same language and work to deliver a built environment that speaks. We spend 89% of our time indoors. And so if you think about that, the idea of place is so profoundly important, and places that communicate are special to us. So our partners are architects, interior designers, and certainly the clients, because the clients will go, when they see a project of ours, they'll go, my God, who did that? And then all of a sudden they find out it was ZEBRADOG, and then we are somehow engaged and off we go.
What kind of a team do you have to create these experiences?
We are blessed to have a group of interior designers and architects and exhibit designers, writers, project managers, editors. We do a lot of our own software engineering and development, so computer scientists and computer experts are around us all the time. We have a wonderful and eclectic balance, from history majors to art majors, everything in between. So it's a strange hybrid of how you come to be a part of the ZEBRADOG family. There's always somebody always wants to connect to the beauty of what we do and the emotions of what it delivers.
What does a successful project look like to you? What does success look like in the experience economy?
Success is purely based in emotional outcomes. And well, how do you measure an emotional outcome? Well, you just know when you know. And I can't describe it other than, very happy clients, repeat clients for year after year, after decade, and the watching people inside of the environments that we're able to help design. It almost brings tears to your eyes when you see kids in front of an environment that you've done. So down at Cameron Indoor Stadium at Duke University, to see kids interacting with the media that we've done, and all of the tactile pieces that give them an experience of being a basketball player at Duke, or being in a museum or a visitor's center for Norwegian immigrants. All of these things are beautiful in how people just react.